Please welcome to the program Lance Corporal Cassidy Little. Are you all right? You're good. Yeah, you can handle it. Thank you. Good to see you, man. How are you doing? Very well. How are you? Good. Yeah, I'm always good. Thank you very much. Okay. Wow. How are you, man?
I'm good.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm good, yeah.
Walk me through this idea of, all right, so I'm going to make a play. And I'm going to be a part of a play, and it's going to deal with the real-life trauma that you suffered, and not just you, but other people as well.
Recovery takes a long time. Like, it's a real long road, right? Sometimes we need some good scenery. It just dawned on me when I was injured that if I wasn't careful about it, I was just going to sit back and play the Xbox for God knows how long and just kind of get lost in that, well, like my father would say, that lost in that darkness.
Right.
Especially depending on the game you choose to play.
Yeah, exactly, right? Yeah. Like, not if it's Call of Duty, right? Like, you know, you're all right on that front.
Does an injured soldier play Call of Duty still?
Well, so how else am I going to get some rounds down, right? Like, it's the only way I can do it. It's good.
Must get rounds down.
Must hear explosions. So yeah, no, they said to me, you know, there's some, you know, artsy-fartsy thing going on in the other room. Do you want to be involved with it? And I said, yeah.
Now, where were you? Which place were you at when they said this?
I was at Headley Court, which is a rehab facility for injured servicemen in England. And it's science fiction, man. Like, it's science fiction. Like, the Enterprise is nothing in comparison. I've got a leg here that this thing is, I mean, it's the best part of 30.
Can I grab it?
You can grab it, touch it, you can flick it.
What does that do? What's it? This is your...
Well, there's 3 suspensions on here, right? Like, so we got down in here.
Yeah.
This is a blade that extends all the way down, so that kind of flexes like that. This bad boy is a suspension system as well, and then this is actually a piston that allows that. So it can take about 200 kilos.
200 kilos.
Well, if I could ever
Doritos, buddy.
Yeah, well, exactly, right?
Doritos.
Beer after beer after beer. Yeah, no, if I can ever squat that much, then I'll be all right.
People don't really think about acting as rehab, but unless it really can be. Like, performance can really be a powerful resource for you.
Well, there's a huge number of similarities between performing arts and actually, you know, going to war. I know that sounds ridiculous. I know it sounds ridiculous, but it's true. You know, you have to trust the guys that you're with on stage. You got to trust the guys that you go to war with. You know, you got to, you know, Afghanistan is called a theater of war, right? It's, man, I'm doing theater on stage, right? Like, it's a company of people. It's a company. It's about that. And it's, so, I mean, it's, the similarities are there right in front of you.
Had they not seen this part of your life?
Where did you get that? Huh? Oh my, I'm looking around for my parents.
I want to give this to your mother. I want to give this to your mother.
You. Oh my. Shame on you.
You wanted to be you were a ballet dancer.
Unbelievable. I was a ballet. I was a cheerleader as well at one point in time.
And you can still dance and you can still cheer, right?
I'm a hell of a cheerer. Dancing, actually, the first words out of my mouth, after the explosion, I was laying in the dust. I had a fractured pelvis, I had 2 places, so there was not a whole lot of sitting up and seeing what was going on. A guy who I had actually trained first aid to came over and saved my life, and in the process of trying to figure out what's going on, I looked up at him and I said, you know, is it gone? And he was, you know, he's ash, right? Like, just pale with dust all over him, and he's going, don't worry, mate, you're gonna be fine, don't worry, mate, don't worry. I was going, just take a deep breath and tell me, is it gone? And he went, yeah, mate, it's gone. And I said, well, there goes my tap dancing days. Just like that, right?
In that moment.
First thought I had was, I'm not gonna tap dance ever again.
Let me play this clip here, take a look at this. Just talking about training and how heavy it can sometimes be as well.
Where's that rifle gonna go? Straight into his grid. He's probably going to get a fractured jaw along there. He'll probably get a fractured zygoma, bit of blast here coming out there, overpressure into the lung, blast lung, lose a couple of fingers coming off there as well, maybe a big chunk missing out of the forearm, dislocated shoulder up there. It goes on, and it goes on, and it goes on. What's the first question you royals always ask when you've been blown up? Am my cock and balls still there? And I'll go, yeah, but you're going to be pissing in 6 different directions for the rest of your life.
I mean, there it is right there.
That brief, that guy, specifically, I got that exact same brief 2 months before getting blown up. That job would have been mine on my way out of Afghanistan because I'm a medic. In fact, all of the guys in my unit, I trained to do first aid so that just in case something happens to the guy next to you, it doesn't matter who you are, you can still save their life. And that actually increases the confidence of the men on the ground, because you know that, if it really hits the fan, the medic doesn't have to be right behind you. Anybody will save your life, and then the medic will come along and do it. So actually, I used to use the line, guys, I'm not just going to pass you. Right? This isn't just an attendance course. This is, I will fail you if you don't show the skills, because at the end of the day, it could be me on the ground.
Right. And it was.
Right? Like, didn't see that one coming.
What has to happen to the human brain to experience that brief and become okay with it? Because what he's talking about is the sort of thing, each thing he mentioned is usually when someone goes, check, I'm out. Yeah, I'm out. I'm out, I'm out, I'm out. And to stay to the end of that, what has to happen to you?
You're leaving out one very important variable. The reason soldiers are soldiers is because they do the job that the rest of us, or the rest of the population, can't do or won't do.
Right.
And that's the key.
You've obviously got a real comfort place here where you can talk about it, and you are still in the service, not just military, but you're in the job of service by helping other people get through it. I mean, for your mom and your father, this has got to be received very differently. I mean, they're happy, you're happy, but can't be easy for them.
I genuinely believe that the more you talk about things, the easier things become. And I really, maybe that's just because I talk about everything and I can talk for the Commonwealth, but the truth is that the more I talk about this, the more they listen, and the more they talk to me about this, the more we all slowly accept this and then kind of get on with it, And I think we're all three of us. In fact, that's the silly thing about this play. It's not just the three of us. It's everybody who's in the audience. Yeah. We're all just kind of getting on with it together.
Take a look at this.
Miss Jan, I am really mad at you. And I said, what did I do? And you said, you made Christina cry. You were too mean to her in class. After you left, I called Christina in, and we had a good laugh about it, because she said, I wasn't crying because you made me do it again. I was crying because I was having trouble and I was frustrated with myself. And I said, well, I just want you to know that Cassidy stood up for you. And I just thought it was such a gentlemanly thing to do.
Where did you find her?
We have the best producing team in the world.
That is nuts. I mean, she talked to me on Facebook 2 weeks ago or something, but other than that, I haven't spoken to Jen in like ages.
She's your dance teacher.
Damn right she was my dance teacher, and she's a damn fine dance teacher.
Interesting story that you, even at that, as a young man, were out there caring for people.
I'll be honest with you, I had a bit of a crush on Christina, so I had some ulterior motives for standing up for her.
Whatever,
right?
bro, whatever the reason is.
Yeah, it's not very gentlemanly, that's the truth.
No, that's very gentlemanly. That is exactly what a gentleman should do. The play is called The Two Worlds of Charlie F. The website is charlie-f.com. You got to check it out. Lance Corporal Cassidy Little, everybody. Thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thanks for being back.